And we are back. You are listening to Local Biz Now. I am Joe Vagnone, and I am here with the founder and operator of the Organic Maids. I don't think I've met somebody more organized and systematic about processes in a small business setting than Palash. Thank you so much, my friend. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you, darling. I had a little tickle in my throat, and, life is good when somebody brings you a cup of coffee in the morning. I don't mind telling you. That's good. Thank you. I appreciate that. So you made something. You didn't go to the Google. You went ahead and created it.
I did.
Because you just want to show off and make me look bad. Because normally I say that if you go to the Google, there's a 10% chance a 12-year-old wrote it. You understand that, don't you?
And also, everyone can look at Google and do it themselves.
That's right.
So I don't need to be enabling that.
So what you got for us?
So one of the questions I get a lot is, how do you build $1 million business? And we're going to be together for the next 4 or 5 radio shows. So I came up with these set of bullet points. I think I came up with 12 or 13, and we're not going to go through all 12 or 13 today. But I thought I'd go through a couple every single week. And
so this is going to be our month project to teach our listeners how to build $1 million or more business.
So the thing that got to me is that what irks me the most when people ask me about $1 million business, building $1 million business is easy. Making it lucrative, that's hard. Making it profitable. And I don't know, I'm not 100% sure why people go with the revenue models. Even in Wall Street, they always talk about revenue. I mean, I really don't care about revenue. I want to know about what's your profit, what's your take home, what is happening in your personal life? Is your personal life being enhanced, or are you going crazy, owning a business? So the title of this business is Building a Lucrative $1 million business. That's the title of the series, that is.
So let's say it again. I want everybody to hear that, because, listen, this is just not an article. This is from a man that has done this. So I want to make sure everybody is clear. We are going to build a lucrative multi-million-dollar business.
Let's make it multi-million. Why not? Let's do it.
Yes.
And so
I just want to help you a little bit with your time. I just want to give you a little help, because once you drop it to the Google, I want it to get a whole lot of hits.
No Google for me. So it's fun. So the number one, and we're going to go 3 bullet points today. The number one I put in that came to my mind, and I did this while I was on vacation in Cancun. Right, my wife and I were talking about this. Why are we in this business? And I'm not here to talk about vision and mission and all the other things. So don't roll your eyes. It's all about, why are you in this business? Especially in this market, you could be working at a company and earning top dollar, right? So you have to have a compelling reason why you're doing this crazy thing about owning a business beyond a paycheck. When I'm at a networking meeting, somebody's always putting a presentation about their business. They always have this one slide that's their why, and it's always a picture of their family. Very noble, not good enough, because you can support your family and be a good spouse or a good parent by working for a company. So you have to understand why you're doing it. In my case, it's about not having or wanting to make an impact to the community that I live in, doing something that's bigger than myself. You may want to do it for prestige, you may want to do it because you want to create equity, but there's got to be a compelling reason why you want to get up and every morning.
And for me, in my world, you answered that question for me on where you came up with the article. In fact, you were in Cancun. Your time is your time.
That's right.
You work hard, but you work hard when you want to and how you want to. So that's a great point. We all have our motivations on why we want to do this.
Right, and it just can't be a paycheck. It's not going to be the compelling enough for you to actually go and build a business. The second point is, get out of your own way. I can't believe how many times that we have thoughts, behaviors, and relationships that inhibit our ability to grow. Limiting thoughts, using yourself as your own yardstick. I would never pay for my service, so why should anyone else want to pay for it? Well, Joe, your listeners don't see me. I'm a bald-headed guy. I have no need for a hair salon. It doesn't mean I can't create a hair salon. Right. So I'm happy to do it. People will use your services irrespective of whether you would necessarily buy it or not. The other one is trying to be the highest quality at the lowest price. Can I strangle somebody, for saying that? You don't go to the Ritz-Carlton expecting a Motel 6 pricing. You don't go to the Motel 6 expecting a Ritz-Carlton experience. You have to make a choice of who you're going to be. And I will say, go for the quality. Don't go for the pricing, because everyone can undercut you on pricing. You'll always compete on value if you can. And don't compare yourself to other $1 million companies, because an HVAC company is very different than a cleaning business than it is from a mowing business, and they have very different price structures. Behaviors, not paying what their clients are worth. Not taking care of your health. Joe, you and I met each other 3 months ago. I was exhausted that day. I was exhausted for 4 months prior to that. It turned out I was ignoring it. I ended up being in the hospital for 5 days needing surgery.
Oh, wow.
And now I'm a million times better. I ignored my own advice. Spending.
So you know what I find interesting about this conversation is when you talk about get out of your own way, that's really hard to do,
Yes.
right? Because sometimes I don't see me.
Absolutely
in
not.
my way, right? I don't know the person I'm tripping over is me, right?
Right. What are you doing to yourself that you're getting? People use company expenses for their company funds for their own personal expenses. Not a good idea. It's actually illegal to do it, but it also inhibits your growth because you don't know how good your company is operating. Continuing to provide the service yourself and not running the business. Getting out of the field, hugely important.
Let's stop it there.
Okay.
Because you're going so fast, I want them to be able to take some notes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Matter of fact, next week we're going to have to go back to some of those so they can get those. But this is good stuff. How to build a what's the word we're using?
Lucrative, profitable,
lucrative. I want to say
moolah generating.
I want to say profitable,
Sure.
multi-million dollars.
Let's do it.
Can I tweak your article just a little bit?
Absolutely.
Let's do that. Let's take a break, and then when we come back, we'll introduce our next guest.